My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. My friends, I'm just trying to save you a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but also to educate, put everything in context that I can. So call me, 1-800-743-CNBC. Tweet me at Jim Cramer. The Walmart White House seems determined to bring everyday lower prices to the stock market. And that means we're just going to have to live with the pain. The house of pain. As this administration sees it, investors will have to suffer because the mold must be broken, the status quo interrupted. We can't worry about the stock market, for heaven's sake. It'll take care of itself. Including that vicious thrust and very weak parry is a notion that you don't need to invest. You don't need to own stocks. Every asset class is caveat emptor at this point. So you just take your chances and do your best to accept the inevitable pain. It can be difficult. It can be almost nonsensical. It can be almost whimsical. And it can lead to days like today, where the Dow plunged 670 points, S&P tumbled 1.22%, and the Nasdaq lost 0.35%. Hey, by the way, that was a nice comeback. We're down 1,300 Dow points in 2 days, and the president just can't focus on it and work on the trade issues at the same time. Trade imbalances, illegal immigration, fentanyl, they all take precedence over the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, I've been off for a couple of days. Just give me actual clarity into how the situation will shake out. I make no judgments about whether the Trump administration's worldview is good or bad or even right or wrong. I just want to put it out there so you know what you're getting into if you decide to stay in stocks during what's becoming a tumultuous phase in our country's history. All this could change, but let me give you the state of play right now. First, what matters to the White House is not whether a country is an ally. It's whether that country pays its freight. Its approach is very uneven, which makes it very difficult to fathom. For example, as they see it, Mexico and Canada unfairly take our jobs and even have the goal to have a trade deficit with us. Oh, and they let fentanyl slip through the border, which kills our young people. So they have to pay the price, 25% tariff. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not endorsing this view. It's what's happening. Second, it doesn't matter if there's a pre-existing trade agreement among friends. Doesn't matter if Trump himself negotiated that deal in his first term. As the White House sees it, we didn't sign these trade agreements thinking they'd steal our jobs, even if it meant that we get cheaper products in exchange and our companies get access to the markets. Our trade agreements with Mexico were meant to keep us in business by exploiting the possibilities of cheap Mexican labor, which allow our manufacturers to escape from the clutches of expensive American labor unions. None of that matters now. Third, the changes are inconsistent. But so what? American companies that use Mexican and Canadian labor will have to pay a big, but South Korean, Japanese, and European companies, they ship millions of cars here with de minimis tariffs. Nobody said things had to be fair. Will tariffs on our trading partners, these next ones, are they going to come? There's no sign that they will, no sign that they won't. So you have to stay on your toes. With these tariffs, we are subsidizing South Korea, Japan, and Europe at the expense of GM and Ford. Ironically, the only country that seems to be immune to tariffs right now is Russia. Again, that's not a pejorative. The Russians run a relatively small trade deficit with us, so the White House doesn't seem to care. Fourth, Taiwan may or may not be relevant. It could help its cause if it started paying more for its defense. It doesn't matter that Taiwan Semi is located there and is the single most important strategic asset in the world for both our industry and our military. Perhaps it will cause it will help Taiwan's cause that Taiwan Semi has pledged to put $165 billion to work here, despite the seeming impossibility of finding the construction workers or the engineers. They're basically paying us tribute, and that could do the trick in the absence of heavy weapons purchases. As between the Chinese and the Chinese can't buy weapons from us, but the Taiwanese can. So why don't they open their darn checkbook? That's how the administration sees it. Fifth, there's no knowledge of how and when the tariff out of Mexico will be paid. Will you get a bill? Will the truckers get a bill? Will the whole thing be run on the honor system? Will it apply to every company? Will there be special pleadings? We don't know. Technically, tariffs should be enforced by the Customs and Border Protection, but they got their hands full with Trump's deportation plan, so who knows? Six, if an American company commits to a giant policy of job and factory expansion in this country, will it be eligible for some sort of rebate against punitive countries that would otherwise hold them hostage? Think Apple. Or are they paying up no matter what? Seventh, it does not matter at all that tariffs have historically been considered bad for business or that they hurt our economy, something that President Ronald Reagan laid out most eloquently when he had to put targeted tariffs on the Japanese semiconductor industry. If you want to see a more conventional way to talk about trade and the need for fairness without causing great havoc, I suggest listening to Reagan's brilliant radio address from April 25th of 1987 on the eve of a visit by the Japanese Prime Minister. Trump has repudiated Reagan's views on free trade. In the context of today, Reagan seems soft-line and simple. He was never soft-line and simple. Never will be. As the White House sees it, that approach doesn't work anymore because our allies are no longer useful. In fact, they're all free riders except the Russians, as we know after Friday's press briefing with the jumpsuit-attired head of Ukraine. Did you expect Brioni? Eighth, it makes no difference what our allies say or do. Their assurances mean nothing. If you're upset and sell stocks because of them, or if you bought stocks while Biden was president, or even a few months ago, when you could convince yourself that Trump wouldn't go crazy with the tariffs, well, that doesn't matter. As the White House sees it, this isn't about you. It's about American hegemony. Ninth, Canada is a total abstraction, not a true trade dispute. Their way out of the jam is just to say, listen, we really would prefer to be the 51st state if you'd let us. The White House sees their sovereignty as an insult. 10, this administration thinks it's simply unbelievable that investors are complaining. The CEOs aren't complaining, right? Have you heard anyone complain? They aren't saying anything. Why can't investors just go buy all sorts of cryptocurrencies, go on for the darn ride? They got the call about the strategic crypto reserve ahead of time. Can't they just run ahead of it? What's the big deal? Oh, and the groundswell about how NVIDIA is way down from its highs? As the greatest TV character of our time, Jeff Probst from Survivor, likes to say when you're voted off the island, ain't got nothing for you. Now, before you say that this is an unfair characterization, let me say to you, do you want to make money or not? You now know the parameters. You can figure out the crevasses, navigate them. Sometimes it will mean buying the Mag 7 when they're really oversold, as it was the case today. Sometimes it's the healthcare and consumer products, even ones that are being hectored by GLP-1s. Terrible afternoon reversal in those stocks, by the way, from a crazy rambunctious opening. Look out below. One more wild card. Tonight, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that in the last of his myriad interviews of the day, that maybe the Canadian and Mexican tariffs could be partially rolled back, perhaps as soon as tomorrow. Yes, it is all that capricious, and you better get used to it if you're going to own stocks. But the bottom line, now you know the 10 most important things about this environment. Put them on your wall. They could really come in handy pretty soon, or even tomorrow. Oh, by the way, good luck. You just might need it. Hey, why don't we go to Greg in New Jersey, please, Greg?
Central Jersey, booyah to ya, Jimmy Chill.
Man, that is just that. You know what that is? That tastes like coming home.
That's great, Jim. Jim, I want to add more to a position that I have.
All right.
This company has a great growth story, is immune to tariffs, and even in a slowing economy is something that people cannot do without. It was down about 10% over the last 2 weeks and bumped up against its 50-day moving average yesterday. Jim, is this a great time to scoop up more Netflix?
Yes. Yes, it is. Because you got a common sense method of looking for a stock that does not have a problem with tariffs, that also is indispensable in a subscription business that's down almost 10% from its high. You, my friend, have horse sense. Oh, my. Speaking of horse sense, let's go to Trey in Texas. Trey.
Jim, just a quick shout out to my wife. Lynn, honey, happy anniversary. I love you. And by the way, those Girl Scout cookies you hid from me, gone. Every last one of them moments ago.
I just had the ones, Trey, I just had the ones, what are they called, the Tremonti or something, the thicker ones, the trifoils? I had one, incredible. And then I immediately had four, and then folded it up. My wife has no knowledge. My wife and your wife, best of luck to them. Okay, so what's going on?
So each Kroger I've gone to recently has a table out front slinging these delicious cookies. I mean, they're just all over the place. Sometimes I run out of money and trunk space before I even make it into the store. Is this a winning strategy for Kroger, or will it backfire?
Well, see, unlike you, Trey, there are other people who buy those Girl Scout cookies responsibly, and they may be holding back Kroger. I appreciate your ultimate enthusiasm, but I say that maybe you are a minority of one. So let's stay away from Kroger right now and buy Costco. Hey, why don't we go into it? And by the way, happy anniversary. What was I thinking? Let's go to Emilio in Michigan. Emilio.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm not bad. How about you?
I'm pretty good. Jim, I'm an 18-year-old investor who got into SoFi in the sevens. My question to you is, what do I do with the stock in this volatile market? And is SoFi?
Boy, is this easy? I got the answer for you. Listen, I got it, and it's etched in rock. Tomorrow, you're going to sell half, and the rest of the time, for the rest of your life, you're going to play with the house's money, and that is called
House of Pleasure
and victory. Now, you know what to expect. I'm just giving you, look, it's tumultuous time, a little capricious. Wake up, maybe the tariffs are gone, like poof, you know, like, I don't know, like a Disney movie or something. On Mad Money tonight, Royal Caribbean stock took a dip today on the tariff news, but could it sell for a comeback? I don't really get the tariff thing. I've got the cruising company CEO. Then as Canada and Canadian energy faces a 10% tariff from the U.S. Don't miss my exclusive with Enbridge to get a read on the energy sector. And later, I'm checking in with sports gambling company Flutter, fresh off its After the Bell report. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.